Farm life keeps the kids busy. It teaches them values. They grew up doing chores before school, doing chores after school. So they grew up learning responsibilities and how to care for others and to put the needs of your animals and those first. Do the work, doing things, doing it for the right reasons. That is loving what you do. You know, what's the old saying? If you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
I used to be involved with my grandkids. Now it's great-grand. Yeah. Gets you right there, you know, because you're so proud of them. And they do so good. The kids are involved in 4-H. When I was younger, it was a lot of fun, you know, and you go to all the different barns where the animals are kept and it's displayed and they're voted on.
And Heart, Hands, and Health. These kids work with these animals every day. They do the projects themselves. They're so talented, and I love seeing their work. You've got multi-generations, you've got families that get together to build those projects, to put everything together.
You're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
That's very, very nice. Very nice.
I think I got some water in my Titanic on accident.
They put the work into it, and they get to reap what they've sowed.
Well, you did a good job.
I like ducks a lot, so I wanted to do an ocean-themed cake, so I thought I would do ducks and ocean. This isn't going to be the one that I'm taking to 4-H. I'm going to do a different one.
I just love to sit back and just watch them because to grasp the enormity of what they're learning is phenomenal. I love that.
Just being with you.
When we get together and we have a family get together, I love to watch the kids.
I will ever do.
My mom is very kind.
My name is Patricia Clark. I am Carla's mother.
She will not let anything step in the way of her family.
And making every sacrifice to keep you happy with me.
I've strived to be as kind as her. I'm not that sweet person. I care about people and I love people, but I am a little more sassy.
Describe Carla.
Steve is my favorite person in the whole world. I don't know how else to say. He's my best friend.
My best friend likes to do everything with her.
He is exactly who I needed.
Remarkable woman.
There's not a better person on earth.
One of the things that we've done since we've been together is one night a week, we have a date.
We still will go to restaurants here in town, and I can't tell you how many times somebody will come up and thank him for saving their life or a member of their family. And he's just so humble about it because it's just what he did. It's just how he serves. Because they're not only thanking him as a paramedic, but as a first responder and a firefighter.
She made me realize how much family means.
We have 7 children. Between that, we have 21 grandchildren. So we do get to have a lot of family time. We raised our family on a farm with horses and cattle and pigs and dogs. It's a small town family. I've never left Whitley County. Never ever lived outside of here. It was a safe and wonderful place to raise our family.
My grandpa was a big influence on me. And one of the things that he always taught me was to help the neighbors. It was helping the neighbors. It was helping everybody out there. I started in the fire department as a volunteer in the 70s. Was a paramedic for Parkview Whitley and Whitley County EMS before that.
I am in EMS. I have done pre-hospital care my entire adult life. I actually started at Whitley County Memorial Hospital, which is now Parkview Whitley, when I was 17 in high school, and have loved it ever since.
Most of the people that I was running on, especially in that part of the county, I knew and grew up with them.
Because you either know them, they're your neighbors, or you're related to them, what you do matters.
It's great to help families, and some things you don't think that you're helping them, but when you see them 6 months down the road or a few weeks down the road and they come up and thank you, it meant a lot.
It matters because you're probably going to run into that person or that family member or that neighbor again somewhere.
It was 2 days before Easter. And there was an Easter play, which I wanted to go to because my grandkids are in the Easter play at this church, and I wanted to go to the play so bad.
On the 4th, I'm going to work, so I'm going to drive the vehicle for the parade in Akron.
I was waiting all day long.
I think Steve's going to go with me.
I was dizzy, but I didn't know why.
So I picked her up, and I could tell something wasn't right, but she just told me she was tired. And you know, at her age, sometimes it's okay to be tired, right? So we went to the play, and she's just wobbly, and she goes, "I'm just dizzy because I'm tired."
Just leave me go home afterwards, and I'll be fine, Carla.
My suspicions are up. There's something that isn't sitting right. I can't put my finger on it.
My mouth, it was kind of curved a little bit, but I didn't realize it.
I went through a stroke test with her, and her grips were equal, and just the typical test didn't show it. So I took her in, and we had her checked, and the doctor's like, "Yeah, there's something going on here."
Tuesday I'm going to go play cards.
Well,
hello. How are
Dr.
you?
Hoeksema, I'm great.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys under better circumstances.
Yeah.
How have things been going?
I was very frightened that we had waited too long because she'd been having symptoms since early morning and didn't tell me because she was afraid I wouldn't let her go to the play. I was very concerned. We were outside of the window for one treatment, but we were still able to do another treatment. We've talked about this many times. She just got great care here at Parkview Whitley. We didn't have to go anywhere else. Everything she needed was here. We have the same doctors that they have at PRMC, so their skill level stays high.
I'm glad you took care of me, you guys.
Oh, I couldn't have done it without everybody else's help and your family,
Yeah, and they was running this test, then they wanted that test, and pretty soon, we need to keep you over because we need to do this one test.
Something was off, and that's what I appreciated about you, is that you listened and that you kept searching too. You used your gut instinct.
The kind of stroke you had is notoriously difficult to diagnose and to treat, and sometimes the best thing we can do is listen.
I want to thank you because I didn't really want to go to the hospital,
most
but you were so nice. All I can say is I'm very appreciative, I don't have.
I think the biggest thing is
But
we live in a great community. And Parkview Whitley, when you look at the people want to protect their community.
My favorite story about Dr. Hoeksema is this. He come in and he pulls a chair up and sits down with her eye to eye. And he says, "Okay, Miss Pat, I've read your file. I've read everything about you." He goes, "From a physician standpoint and an objective standpoint, I know exactly what's going on. But this is your story."
I'm 79. I live in Columbia City, Indiana, and I've been here all my life. Columbia City, Whitley County is a good place to bring up your family. I tell you, there's everything going on. Life is wonderful, even though you have hardships. I have it all. I am very fortunate to have the family that I have, and I'm in a good place.
time we got out here, both